Good evening, everyone. This is Suriteja, and today I am going to perform IELTS English Speaking mock test number 3. And this test is going to have three parts, and today I am going to perform or I am going to answer the third question of part number 3. So let's get started. And the discussed topic of part number 3 is owning things. So the third question of part number 3 is, do you think owning many things makes one people or makes one happy? Why or why not? So the answer to that question is, I certainly believe that owning a lot of things may even make people happy or unhappy. You see, owning many and more things, that sort of things, may lead you to become one rich or even to lead a life of luxury. But that doesn't mean that it makes one happy. You see, happiness can be found even in small hurt. For example, if you see some of the business magnates, you see their life is very scheduled, and even they plan everything. But I don't think they earn. But I don't think they earn a lot of happiness from their work. But some people do. Some people follow their passion, and some people even earn their own money and more money from this passion work or some any other field in which they are interested. But you see, some people are very unhappy, even if they were in a very high state or rich state, and they always tend to grow more and more. This anxiety and wanting to possess power and this thirst for power makes people driven into a state of dilemma and unhappiness, and it does not create happiness for them until they change their mindset. I think creating happiness or happiness is an emotion which depends upon your mindset and thinking analogy. Because you see, many people living in huts or slums live very happy with their families because they seek support and happiness from their family members or from the members from which they are sharing their livelihood. But whereas coming to the rich business persons, they have lots of things which the people living in these houses or slums don't have. But even though they feel very sad or they feel very upset all the time, not all the time basically, for most of the time, you see, because these people want to grow, they have thirst for power, but even though some don't have, even they still remain unhappy because they could not achieve their passion, or they could not even make their own goals or any other things, or they may even be suffering from many of the diseases and etc. I think owning many things is just like an a lucky draw, but it does not help in you in a long race. Of course, it helps you in some of the cases, but it does not comprehend you, or it does not prepare you to face another challenges. Even I see many of the people who face challenges and who face difficulties from day one to last day of their jobs feel very happy. Then any of the person who works very less and who earns a lot of profit, because you see, it depends. As I said earlier, that it depends upon the mentality of people, and it even depends upon the nature and surroundings, and it even may lead to some of the factors. For example, you see, in olden days, there was no computers or any other luxury life of living. Even though we have some of the palace or any other things, those are not even par to our modern technology and any other things. But people in those days used to live happy, even small presents. Unless if they were affected with any other disease, they used to live happy, share food with their families, and they used to express sentiments, and even they used to travel a lot. And they used to gather time for all these things, even managing the hard task like cutting plants or growing crops and harvesting them, any other things. So, in olden days, even though they have a lot of work, their mindset tended them in order to enjoy the life around them and in order to take work as not a burden, as a medicine or as a cure for their depression or any other sad events. And it even motivated them to do many of the crop works. And not only that, in olden days, they used to live very happy and very long and very healthy too. But at the same time, in our modern era, I think, Owning a lot of things or owning a less number of things doesn't count. It depends upon your work or your appetite and any other things. So thank you. And at last, I want to conclude that owning things doesn't make happy, but it makes one rich. And sometimes it makes one happy, and it basically depends upon the mentality of people. So thank you.